name is Martin Addie. I'm a severe hemophiliac from Springfield, Missouri. I'm one of 7 children. My parents had 2 girls and 5 boys. They figured out that I had hemophilia when I was about 18 months old. When I was a kid, you suffered through everything. You didn't get treated for bleeds. If you had an elbow bleed or a shoulder bleed or whatever joint was bleeding, unless it was life-threatening, there was no treatment. And if it was life-threatening, you went to the hospital and you got fresh frozen plasma. And then later, probably when I was like 5 or 6, I had a life-threatening bleed that they gave me so much plasma, they were pretty sure it had enough factor in it to stop the bleeding. But they were worried, the doctors were, that because I was only about 5 or 6 years old and they had doubled my body volume with this plasma, they told my parents, and I didn't know this until I was an adult, but they told my mom and dad that we're pretty sure this will stop the bleeding, but we're not sure his heart can pump that much volume. So if he makes it through the next 24 hours, he'll probably be okay. My first freshman year in high school, I missed about 100 days of school. In 7th grade, I think I missed 120 days of school because of bleeds that I just couldn't go with knee problems and elbow problems. And then my sophomore year, I had missed a month of school. By the middle of November, they said, why don't you just come back in the fall and do your sophomore year over? Well, that summer, the summer of 1975, in Wisconsin, where I grew up, was when they figured out, and the insurance companies allowed us to have factor at home and not have to go to the hospital to get it. And my second sophomore year, I missed 8 days of school. It was a world record for me. And I could have relationships with the other kids because I wasn't gone all the time, and I could almost be a normal person. One of the things that I wanted to mention is just the feeling of community when you come to an event like this, because I've been to an HFA convention last year when they were in Kansas City, Missouri, and then I went to an Indiana symposium in August and talked about insurance issues there as one of the speakers, and went to New Orleans for the National Hemophilia Foundation meetings, for the national meetings. One of the coolest things there is as you're walking around, you see all the other people that limp like you do, and you don't feel so out of place. Because normally just out in public, if I'm limping around, people kind of look at you like, what's wrong with him? And when you come here, you can talk to people, and I can talk to anybody that's here for these meetings about a joint bleed or insurance issues, and they're going to know where I'm coming from. Hi, Billy.